A parameter query is a flexible query that prompts the user for additional criteria, instead of having them come over here in the design view, down into the criteria field and type in their criteria. For example, if I've got quite a few customer names that I need to look up to see if they're within our database, every time I'd have to come down in here in the criteria field and type it in, and then run it, come back, type it in, and then run it. Well, here, with the parameter query, I can create a prompt that says, okay, enter in the customer name, they can type it in, and it will display the results. Not only that, but I can give you a shortcut key, so instead of flashing between view and running it again, just hold those keys and it'll automatically rerun that parameter query. So first of all, we need to enter in some code. Really simple. Come down here in the criteria cell for the field that we want the parameter to be based upon. In other words, we want to look up the customer name or have the prompt for it, and then type in open square bracket, and then enter in the prompt that's going to display for the user to tell them what they need to enter in or what you need in this criteria field. And for this field, it's the customer name, so I'm going to prompt them to enter a customer. When I'm done, close square bracket, hit the tab key because upon exit it'll check my work. If it likes it, I won't get any errors. And then all I have to do is go ahead and click run. Again, the square brackets in the criteria field is what's going to pull up that prompt. And then of course what we have in between those square brackets is what's going to be displayed in the prompt. So click on the run button and there it is, the prompt or the parameter. Enter in the customer name. When I'm done, hit enter. Hey, that's so cool. So we've got 2 records, fall cleaning. Now if I want to go ahead and run this again, see before this training video I'd have to go back to the design view down the criteria field and then type in my next criteria, like I think we have the Disney company that I want to search for or find within the customer name field. But now that we have the parameter query, we can go ahead and just rerun this again. You don't have to come back to the design view and click the run button again, but instead here's the shortcut key. Hold down the shift key and hit the F9 key and it just brings the prompt back up again. The parameter value that we're looking for now this time is CO, hit enter, fantastic. Now that's great if the person who's using the parameter query knows the full name of the customer that they're looking for. If they don't, then they'll run into problems, right? Well, we can tweak our parameter query. As you recall, in fact, in the previous training video we used what's called a wildcard, where we said we know the first couple letters of the name that we're looking for in the customer name field, but we don't know the rest. That's all we need to do here is just to tweak it and say, hey, look, enter in the first couple letters of a customer's name that you want to search for. And there's benefits for that for 2 reasons. The first one, as I just mentioned, if they don't know the customer name but the first couple letters. Second of all, we're saving time on data entry. They can just type in the first couple letters. I mean, if they know the full name, great, because sometimes when you type in the first couple letters, if you have a lot of customers with the same first couple letters in their name, then obviously that's not going to be as helpful than entering in the full name, but at least you can narrow it down. So let's go back to our design view, come back down here, click in the cell, and let's zoom in on the cell because I don't like seeing half of it. So Shift F2, the keys to zoom in, and then come up here, and let's click before the first open square bracket at the beginning and type in the word like, okay? Then I'll explain this in just a second. Let me go ahead and make the changes. And then let's go ahead and delete the text in between the 2 square brackets and type in, enter in the couple letters of a customer name or customer's name, and then at the end, ampersand asterisk. Now the ampersand symbol links the parameter values to the wildcard. As you recall in the previous training video, when we used it in the criteria field, we typed in the first couple letters and then the wildcard. But because we're using a parameter here, where we're prompting the user for the parameter, in this case the customer's name, it's saying, okay, let's link this to the wildcard. So when they type in the first couple letters, then anything that comes after it, well, it doesn't matter, as long as they know the first couple letters. Notice how I also add the word like. And remember earlier on in an earlier training video I said that when you type in some coding in some of the cells, that upon exit, Access checks the work and it will clean up for you some of the times, not all the time. Well, this is one of those times it doesn't clean up after us. So we have to enter in the word like. Because as you recall in the previous training video, when we typed in the first couple letters and then the asterisk, and upon exit, it went back and it added the like, the prefix, and then put quotes around it. It'll put quotes around here where it needs to be, but it won't add like. Click OK, hit the tab key, and then when I go back and I right click and I zoom in, it added the quotes around the asterisk, okay? And it capitalized the L in like. In any case, let's go ahead and test it. Click on the run button. Okay, first couple letters. Let's see, GH for ghost. Hit enter. Cool. Okay, let's kick it up one more notch here. How about if we're dealing with transaction dates? You know, you have a start date and end date. For example, I want to be able to find out the customer, Ghost Hunters, and the books that they've purchased between a given transaction date. So in other words, I'm going to set up not just one, but a second parameter. Coming up here, going to the design view. To do that, I want the sales date, transaction date, double click to add that down below in the grid. So that displays. So after they answer the first question, the first parameter that's set up, I also want them to enter in a sales date. So they have to satisfy both of these parameters. Let me go ahead and do Shift F2 to zoom in so you can see everything that I'm typing. And what I want to set up here is the parameter that prompts them for the start date and the end date. You can do one or the other, but I'm going to do both. And then you can reverse engineer that and just say, well, if I just want the start date, then just do that. So I'm going to type in between, open square bracket, and then type in enter, close square bracket, and open square bracket, and then close square bracket. Okay? Going to go ahead and click OK. Hit the Tab key to make sure that it accepts what I typed in there. So when I right click and I zoom in, let me break this down. And you can see it capitalized the A in and it added the space in between the first parameter and then and the second parameter. I mean, it'll clean up a little bit for me. So what it's saying is that it's in between two dates. Okay, give me the beginning date, give me the end date. Click cancel. Let's go ahead and click on the run button. Here's the first parameter. Well, the first couple letters. Let's do GH for ghost. Hit enter. So it's storing that. So it knows it's looking for any customer names that begin with GH. And then it says, okay, what's the start date? And we'll say it's 8/1/08. Hit enter. And then the end date is going to be 10/31/08. Hit enter. And cool. If you rewind the video just a bit, you recall that when we searched for GH for Ghost Hunters America, they purchased a lot more books than what we see here, but with the second criteria or parameter, we said that it had to be between two dates, August 1st and October 31st of '08. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.